So welcome to another edition of Inside the Green Room, and today a special treat. We're joined by Pauly Shore. People, remember Pauly Shore?
What do you mean? Do you remember? What are you trying to say? Like I'm the abominable snowman?
No, but you've been on the circuit, right? You've been on the state of
No, I was at Circuit City, and then they closed it down.
They did.
And they opened up with the Best Buy.
So
and now I got surrounded with all these blue shirts, and then there's this pink lady. She comes on to me from out of nowhere, and she scares me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's from Hawaii. She's from Hawaiian or something.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
She's Polynesian. Oh wait, there you are, right there.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's Polynesian,
I don't
bro.
know who I am actually. I was adopted, so that's all good.
Oh, okay.
So Pauly, what in the world have you been up to?
Living under a rock. No, I don't know. I mean, the reason why I look the way that I look right now, which is a little thrashed, is I just got off a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Literally I came from, where was I? I was in Wilmington, North Carolina, and then Myrtle Beach. We did the House of Blues last night, so I'm just kind of coming from a plane. So I have my, my traveling outfit, as you can tell.
And that is fine. So
and this is just in case someone tries to attack me. You know what I mean? This is my version of my burqa. You know what I mean?
I think it works for you.
Yeah.
It's working. But hey, so I want to ask you about this. So this is a...
Wait.
What?
Sorry.
Too kind. No, your parents started Comedy Store, which is legendary. I used to live in LA, so I know it's right there in the middle of Sunset Strip, near where the Viper Room was, the Roxy, the height of all the craziness. So what was that like growing up with going to the Comedy Store?
I don't remember. No, I don't know. I mean, at the time it was pretty normal, but now I look back on it and I'm like, how did I live? You know what I mean? Because I had no parental supervision. My parents divorced when I was 3. My dad was on the road with Elvis Presley. My mom was hanging out with the comedians, and I was left pretty much unattended as a child, so I was just pretty much left with no... I never got a whooping. That's why I like to come to Texas, because in Texas, that's what they do here to their kids, right? Like if the kids, if they...
Bull whip. No,
yeah. Whoa. I like you.
Well, so you graduated from Beverly Hills High School, though, so...
Yeah. It was interesting because when I was there, that's when 90210 was.
Right.
And it was, everyone was always comparing it, but 90210, the TV show, and then how it really was totally different.
Of course.
Yeah, because if it was
really...
Well, if it was real 90210, there had been like a lot of Persian characters. That's pretty much at Beverly.
Really?
There was tons of Persians, yeah.
Okay.
The Ayatollah Khomeini.
So, I wanted to ask you, you got...
I like you. Sorry.
Don't apologize. Well, so you started MTV as a VJ you made your debut as a stand-up comedian at 17, and then 3 years after you graduated, you were on MTV. Like, how did that happen so quickly?
It was like Willy Wonka. You know what I mean? I just got lucky. No, it was just a timing thing. I mean, this business is timing. I started doing stand-up when I was 17, and I just had my own thing going, and then, the MTV people got a hold of it, and MTV at the time was very kind of East Coast, and I was like this weird West Coast kid, and it just worked out. I was very fortunate.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, looking back on just everything you've done in your life, because I can imagine you just being thrust into the whole Hollywood scene. But what are some of the favorite parts or the best memories of your career, just looking back?
Well, I mean, I love Son-in-Law, because everyone loves Son-in-Law, that movie I did. I love the time I spent on MTV. I love, in the last 10 years, I've been producing and directing my own stuff, so I like that, having control. It's really interesting because before I used to kind of just show up and do things, and now I'm like in control of the stuff, and it's definitely more of a better feeling when it comes out, because every edit, every music cue, every graphic, the pacing is all you, which is pretty cool. So just to be able to do that in this kind of second part of my life has been pretty cool. So. Well,
what's your craziest celebrity encounter? Because those are the stories I know you've probably had a zillion of.
My craziest celebrity encounter, oh man, I don't know, Lenny Kravitz in Tokyo, I guess. That was pretty wild. When we shot MTV out there, just hanging out with him in Tokyo, going out with him in Tokyo, which was pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of stuff.
So you enjoyed growing up with the whole Comedy Store background? I mean, you see that as like a good time in your life, or?
I see it as I'm very fortunate time. You know what I mean? I was very fortunate. I was around the best comedians. I mean, no one has the history that I have when it comes to growing up around the best comedians. I mean, I'm 45 right now, so if you look back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s when I was kind of coming up, you know, that's to me when the best comics were there. I mean, I saw Richard Pryor and George Carlin and all these guys, so I was very fortunate to see these guys from the beginning. So yeah, it's a pretty cool life. I'm very fortunate. One day I'll do a book or a documentary film about it.
I think that would be I think a lot of people will be interested in that. Well, thank you so much for your time. We'll get you back out into the set.
And it smells? Oh my God.
It smells like Texas heat.
No, it smells good. It smells like hairspray. I like it.
Great.
All right, a little bit of hairspray.
Thank you so much.
Wow, can I have a hug?
Well, of course.
I like you. I like you.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of Inside the Green Room. We'll see you next time.